Welcome to Sports Back Talk with Boley and Ringer. We've had a week off. What'd you do, Mike?
Yeah, it looked like you were like shaking. You didn't know what to do.
I got to be on TV.
You got to
otherwise I
understand,
don't know what
whenever
to do.
we miss a week, he's like feeling bad and he's lost. He doesn't know what to do. And so when he comes back with, it's like 7 in the morning here at Bronco Arena on a Sunday morning, my day of relaxation. And you get
So what you're saying is it's God's, you're God, because it's God's day. Right?
Yes, it is. And I can't believe we're here while we're actually here at 8. But
we had to fit this in. We got playoffs still in action, and
you got playoffs in action.
I still have.
I'm good all Monday, Tuesday through the rest of the week. But I guess everything's.
Well, no. You're not good through the rest of the week. Wednesday night comes around, you're going to be parked in front of that TV watching Channel 10. Thursday night, you're going to be parked in front of the TV watching Channel 10. Wait, you got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off? Or you
I took it all off.
He's going to be parked in front of the TV. State tournament action.
My wife has some projects for me, believe it or not. So what I do then is I break some stuff that she wants me to do, fix. She tells me to quit doing it, end the job.
And end the job right there. ACC tournament coming up in basketball. The hockey tournaments, NCHC will be next week. You're going to be living the life.
It's going to be a good week, and it has not been a good week if you are a Minnesota Gopher fan.
Why is that?
They lose at everything. Seriously.
I mean, where do you want to start? Are you starting with?
I could start with wrestling. You could start with, they felt they were jobbed back in women's softball back in last May.
And they were?
No, they weren't.
Yes, they were.
They got beat by the 16th seed in the tournament.
They were the 16th team in the tournament. They had to go play number 1 Alabama, the freaking NCAA.
No, I thought it was very fair, and Gophers proved it by losing 2 straight. And the wrestling team's like not even ranked anymore, and Gopher
only
basketball.
about 12th in the nation.
The Petito guy blames everything except himself for all the losses. He didn't blame himself for recruiting 4 Division II prospects, and not that there's anything wrong with that.
How about the women's basketball team? You mad at them after they lost last night?
Choke City. I listened to Kent Youngblood. You ever follow Kent?
No.
He's I think it's St. Paul Pioneer Press.
Okay.
And he basically came right out and said choke job. Scored 3 points the last 7 minutes of the game. That sounds like the Gopher men's basketball team.
I was watching the game last night, the women's game, and I was very surprised to see that, I thought it was the last 6 minutes, not 7 minutes, that they didn't score. Until they made a 3-pointer with 5.5 seconds left. That was their 3 points in the last time, in the last 6 or 7 minutes. But I'll tell you, it was, if you didn't watch the game, Destiny Bell came down. That's not right. Keisha Bell came down. The girl, she's coming down one-on-one. The girl goes like this, right in the eye, slaps the ball, comes off of her knee. They don't call a foul, and they call it out of bounds off of her knee and give Ohio State the ball when the Gophers were still ahead. It was.
So you're saying the same thing happened to the...
I'm saying they got screwed, people, is what I'm saying.
Gopher basketball. The men's also got screwed then.
Well, everybody knows...
Brad Davidson knee job.
Everybody knows Ohio State's got more people in Indianapolis than Minnesota does, so let's make sure that the Ohio State people stay in town and have something to watch on Sunday rather than vice versa. So
why aren't there more Minnesota people following them?
Because Columbus is what, 2.5 hours from Indianapolis, and it's about 7 to Indianapolis from the Twin Cities. So let's make sure that we keep Ohio State the number 1 seed. Let's make sure that they have a chance to.
They're going to the tournament as a number 9 seed. They'll lose their first round game, probably against Middle Tennessee State or someone like that, and then that'll be the end of that team. And then they're still sitting. No, let's go on.
I think where you're trying to go with this is you're trying to go after Gopher hockey because apparently they lost last night.
Was that easy?
Did they lose to Penn State last night?
I don't even have to. I don't care about Gopher hockey, but they're just such an easy target.
I honestly, I was in bed I
should put it upside down.
I was in bed last night by 9 o'clock, so you could tell me that Penn State beat Minnesota, and you could be telling me the truth or lying to me. So.
Oh no, the Gophers got up on them first time I think in 2 weeks. They got swept 2 weeks last weekend by Penn State, who lost 10 of 11 before that.
Ooh.
Okay, and then this weekend they got swept again. And now I read in a tweet that, assuming the Gophers are in,
They are, I would guess.
Oh.
They're still number 11
Something's
in the
wrong with
pairwise.
that system.
They're still number 11
Well,
in the
not
pairwise.
after this weekend. If they don't drop to 15 to 16,
Well, and that's a possibility. They could drop because they were. Last night I looked at the pairwise. I was talking with my Uncle Paul, and I looked at the pairwise, and Penn State and Minnesota and somebody else were all tied at 11.
Michigan?
Could have been. All tied at 11, and then North Dakota was 15. But what's going to happen is Minnesota's not going to get a chance to play anymore because it was in the tournament. So now they're not going to get a chance to play. So they're probably going to drop to 13 or 14. Well, then somebody out in the ECHC or WCHA that's not in the top 16 is going to win, and they're going to put them on the bubble. And
well, WCHA, Mankato might be number 1 seed, but every year that number 1 seed never wins there.
It's true.
Okay.
But Mankato's ranked 4th in the pairwise.
Yeah, but then they get knocked out by, say, a Bowling Green or somebody like that. Bowling Green moves in there, and there you go. There's one of them. And then you got out east. You got
You are in this
some
Kentucky,
conferences.
Tennessee state of mind. Should we pluck some bluegrass for you this morning or something?
When we got out east, you got to understand that's a plethora of a number of teams that can win the Hockey East.
Did you see that 3 of the regionals are in the eastern part of the United States and only 1 is in the Midwest, and the 1 is in Sioux Falls, South Dakota?
Yeah.
What the blazes is the NCAA?
You've almost swore like 4 times already.
I'm in a mood about that kind of stuff.
Well, and none of them are going to draw unless North Dakota gets in Sioux Falls. That's the only chance of filling up an arena. The teams that are going to be playing out east, again, they didn't have this back in the early 80s when I played. Everybody got home series.
True.
Okay.
That's true.
And then when you got to the Final Four, then they had one destination. When we made the Final Four, it was the University of North Dakota at the old Egelstad.
Yeah.
Okay. So back then, they didn't have these regionals. The regionals were all played in arenas of the home team, so you always had filled buildings.
Yeah.
Now they're getting cute, just like Minnesota Gophers got cute, and the rest of the Big Ten got cute, creating their own conference and their own schedule and their own everything else. That's probably put the Gophers, how do I put it, control of the state of Minnesota
On hold.
It's not going to happen anymore. The other teams, UMD, Mankato, they can pick up these guys just as easy. The Gophers have to go after the young ones, and sometimes they don't turn out. But yeah, we can get into a whole other story about regionals throughout but I do watch some of it.
Even though you tweeted out things that you like and you hate, and one of them was college hockey.
I do not like college hockey regular season. I just can't stand it because there's so many 1-0 games, and I'm not tuning in to watch North Dakota play Rhode Island or Rochester Institute of Technology playing a 1-0 game.
Okay, so because I know did North Dakota win last night or did St. Cloud State
I do
win?
not know that one. I know they tied the first night. And the second night, I do not know. Again, St. Cloud State had nothing to play for except to keep their momentum. I didn't get a lot of scores last night. I was looking all over. UMD won, I believe. They were up 3-1 in the third. They're going to get a pretty high seed, I think, a top 8, so they'll probably be a number 2 somewhere. But that should be fun. And
there's still some in the NCHC with North Dakota and St. Cloud State and UMD. They still got their tournament to get started.
North Dakota might have to play their way in. They're right there with Minnesota.
They were 15 in the pairwise before last night's game.
Be interesting to see when the last time Minnesota and North Dakota both weren't in the final 16.
That would be,
I would say
never
in the 60s, maybe.
Maybe. Well, are we going to talk about, we're going to stay in the hockey mode, we'll talk high school.
Well, yeah, let's tell everybody where we are today. We're at, of course, Bronco Arena.
We're working.
2018
We're working the concessions.
Regional Bantam B tournament's being played here, and they played a number of games from Friday. They played 4 on Friday. They played about 8 games yesterday. So if you like hockey, this would have been a place to be. It's been good quality hockey. Bantam B teams are pretty doggone good.
I was going to say, if you kind of gets the thing, well, it's Bantam B. It's not. No, there's some. I had a chance to watch Grand Rapids yesterday, and they got a couple of kids that were like, I got to be looking for these kids' names. Maybe not next year, but the year after. There's going to be a couple of kids that I think that we're going to be hearing about for the Thunderhawks.
The only problem with Bantam B, more so than even Pee Wee B, is I remember about 5 years ago, International Falls couldn't sport a Bantam A team.
Right.
For whatever reason. Okay, I didn't agree with it, but doesn't mean I was right because the kids had a great season. They
did.
They live some dreams that they wanted to, but you got to understand there's probably 4 teams here, Ringer, that don't have A teams.
Yep.
So basically, then now your pool of players that you're drawing from probably have 5 or 6 A players on it.
Yep.
So you're probably going to do pretty well. Not that there's anything wrong with that, because you can't do anything else. That's where they belong.
I'm going to ask you this question because I was talking to our good friend Mr. Thunderhawk last night or yesterday afternoon.
Sheldon
Slaybaugh. The Sheldon Slaybaugh. And I said, so this is their Bantam B team. Does Grand Rapids have a Bantam A team and a Bantam AA team, or do they have a AA, a B, and a B1 and a B2?
No, they have a AA, then they go to B and a B1. They have 2 B teams.
There you go. There's
Okay.
your answer.
But that's a little different than, a couple examples would be Benson Morris, which is a small community.
Yep.
I saw some of their players. They got 5 or 6 definite A players.
Okay.
Could help out the Bronco High School team next year if they came here. There's an example there. Crookston doesn't have an A team this year, which surprised me.
Okay.
Again, they had 5 or 6 A players, and you could go. There's like I think 4 teams out of the 8 that are here. Like the IRC teams struggle.
Yep.
Virginia has an A team. They had a true B team. Evelyn had an A team. They had a true B team. Okay.
Yep.
Brainerd has an A team. They have a true B team. Brainerd's a little bigger community. So. Yep. But what do you do? There's nothing else you can do, and you just have to understand the situation and live with it. The one thing I don't like about when the Broncos, the Falls kids did it, it was a great experience, but I think it hurt their development. Okay,
it's very
that's
possible.
My own opinion.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of those kids jump from a Bantam B where they dominated, had the puck, and all of a sudden they jumped up to high school, and there were some good players on that team. They just wow. It was so much faster, so much quicker. Instead of going from Bantam A where the level was quick already, they had a struggle with it. So I hope there's borderline questions about whether the Falls were going to do that this year when a couple players moved up to the Broncos. But they kept with the A, and I like that. They had a very good season. The kids got better, and the reason they got better is they were playing games against good teams. So, anyways,
fair enough.
That's all I got to say about the
3 games left here as we tape this on Sunday morning. Yep. A true championship game, I guess, if you want to call it that, this morning at 9 o'clock. And then a pair of games. The loser of that 9 o'clock game gets to play about 4 o'clock this afternoon, and a game for the chance to go to state. As 2 teams from this tournament will head to the state tournament.
Yeah, good for them. Great for our community. Good to have people from coming out of town, filling up the beds, and we just got the lights turned on, and thank you, finally.
Now we're not in the dark anymore.
Let's get to the reason we're doing the show.
Yeah.
State High School Hockey Tournament.
Yeah, we had to fit this in. Otherwise, if we didn't do this at during your sleeping time, at my convenience, as it always is, I appreciate that with my other job. But we'll talk about boys playoff basketball maybe towards the end of the show. Of course, state hockey tournament starts this week, and that's kind of a big deal in the state of Minnesota.
Yeah, and especially this year, I've just been having a blast. Not just announcing the Bronco hockey games, but just watching all the other teams throughout the state. It's like this is the most wide open AA field that I've seen in probably 30 years.
So you're saying to me that there could be, how many out of the 8 teams could possibly win this thing?
7.
Jeez.
They could.
Yeah.
Realistically, probably not.
So can I ask which one you're throwing underneath the bus? The one that's not got a chance to win because there's only 8 teams.
The one team I just don't see coming out would be Lakeville North, because I don't think they can beat Edina. Okay.
So you're telling me St. Michael Albertville has a chance against the Luthies?
Absolutely they do. Absolutely. I'll tell you why.
He's going to tell me why. I can't wait.
When we get there. But let's talk single A.
Yeah, which starts on Wednesday morning at 11 a.m.
Yeah.
So game 1, what do we got? Matamidi versus Mankato East.
Mankato East came out as the number 2 seed out of their section down in the far south. I can't remember who was the number 1 seed coming out of there. Albert Lee. Albert Lee was the number 1 seed. Man, somebody else beat them. Rochester Lords.
That's who it was.
Who was the number 5 seed, knocked out the number 1 seed, Albert Lee, which got Mankato East. I believe this is their 2nd or 3rd appearance. Matamidi has been in and out for about the last 5 years. They were the team that always had to beat St. Thomas Academy in the single A to get to the tournament. They did it a couple times. Ben Marshall, I remember when he was playing defense for the Matamidi Zephyrs. So Matamidi has a lot of quality talent. They got a great Bantam team. They got a great program. They're borderline getting close to maybe being a AA school, but Matamidi will come out of that game
Handily. 7.
There could be a few straight times in this
7-1. Yeah. Orono and Litchfield, Dassel Coquito at 1 o'clock. Orono, the 3 seed, but I seem to have been hearing something about them all year. So
yeah, there's been lots of talk, lots of people follow the puck on Twitter. He seems to be an Orono follower, and don't leave them out as a team that can make it to the title game. Some have them winning the whole tournament. Litchfield, again, questionable team. I believe they knocked out Laverne.
That's right.
If I'm correct.
You are correct.
So they can't be too bad, but again, I see Orono coming through out of that.
6 o'clock game on Wednesday, Hermantown versus Monticello.
Mammal, the Cinderella story from last year.
Are they still Mammal, or are they just Monticello?
Well, they got some other guys on their bus.
I thought they let Annandale and whoever else go because they wanted to stay single A because they were taking
We'll see right away on Wednesday night at 6 o'clock. That's when these games are 11, 1, 6, and 8, which has been different. It's been the same about the last 5 years, but remember, it used to always be noon and 2 and then 7 and 9. But anyways, Hermantown Mammal, I'm still going to call them Mammal. Again, you guys understand that this is the rematch of last year's Class A state tournament game.
Yep.
And Monticello played right with Hermantown, actually led late. Hermantown scored a tying goal, then won it in overtime. I think Hermantown had to go to at least 2, if not 3 overtimes.
To get to
the finals. So then they all started saying, well, maybe we are an 8 program. Everybody keeps putting us down. Well, no, you know, the other teams were getting lucky. We're getting good goaltending. But Hermantown will win that handily, probably straight time, 7-8 to 1.
Okay.
So if 2 out of the first 3 games are going to go straight time.
Will they go straight time at the state tournament?
They have to, yes.
They have to?
That is a rule, yep.
Alexandria, Thief River Falls, the 4-5 game. This is always the flip-em game.
Yeah. Other than the other ones where I'll dabble in watching a little bit, I'll probably be doing the projects.
During that time?
Got put on a list for me already. I might just work. I don't know why I'm going to stay home and do projects. But Alexandria, Thief River Falls, this is a toss-up game.
Yeah.
Both teams not expected to be there. Alexandria was the number 3 seed in that section. Upset probably the 3rd or 4th best team in Class A in St. Cloud Cathedral. So that tells me maybe Alexandria is for real. And then Thief River came out as a number 4 seed, knocking off not just War Road, but also knocking off
East Grand,
and also Crookston, our buddy Josh Hardy's team. And they reach it all the way to the finals and get in. And Thief River Falls, they're no stranger to the state tournament. It's either been them, East Grand, or War Road, I think, for the last 40 years.
Seems like it.
Yeah, well, however long Class A has been going on. This was the year Crookston maybe could have made a dent in that, but they didn't. I got Alex winning this just for the fact that they beat a good quality St. Cloud Cathedral team, which tells me they're a good team.
I'm taking TRF. They're hot. That's my feeling.
You're a pro.
Yeah, I'm a pro. That'll be my one upset in Class A. Are we gonna...
Yeah, we'll move on with it. Matamidi against Orono.
I'm going to go Matamidi. Orono is going to be right there. It's going to be one of those classic Friday morning 11 o'clock games that you probably don't want to miss. If you've got a chance to take Friday off, might be a good time to take a day off. And
have it off?
Yeah. Some people have to work for. Anyway, boy, you got Matamidi. I see.
Yeah, I got chalk. I pretty much got chalk the whole Class A.
Really?
Yeah, I got chalk.
Last year you were the one throwing me under the bus for that. I'm going Orono.
Okay, good. And you're on Orono now?
Am I for Orono?
Are you jumping ship? Are you getting Matamidi or Orono?
No, I'm going Orono. You went Matamidi, I said.
Yeah.
I said you went Matamidi. I'm going to go Orono.
What's their nickname?
The Orono. Let's see, they're red, white, and blue. Don't know. Does it matter?
Well,
if I think they're the better team,
I bet you didn't know what Matamidi was.
I didn't know they were the Zephyrs because
you know Jesse Pierce?
the Broncos played them down at in girls hockey down at the Swans Cup, and I knew that.
Remember they had the Brotons? Yeah, and the dad didn't want them to be called Brotons.
Yeah.
Gosh, why wouldn't you want to be named after the legendary group from Roseau? Hermantown, the Hawks. Okay. Against the Alexandria.
Or Thief River Falls.
Alexandria.
Yep.
What's their nickname?
Alexandria Cardinals.
There you go. So Hermantown, I got them winning that fairly easy. And Hermantown's just got that one line that's so dominant with Biondi and
I say closer than you think.
Really?
Hermantown's not as dominant. Just I mean, is Greenway? If Greenway was seated in this tournament, Greenway would be the 3 behind Matamita.
I think I mentioned that because Randy Catron and who was it? Carl from Duluth East. He's a big Duluth. We were kind of having a discussion who the seeds would be and all that. And,
okay.
So, anyways, yeah, I got Hermantown and Matamita in the finals. I got Hermantown again. They'll win the championship for the 2nd straight year. Platteville still not
Third
going away.
straight year?
I think 2nd, isn't it?
Third. They 6 losses in a row, and then 2 wins.
But it doesn't hurt me as much now that I've heard that they are going up to AA, but they're going to win 2 more state tournaments this year.
Hermantown loses in the state championship.
Really?
Yep.
Well, that's not a bad call because they did.
They do have that one outstanding line.
Yeah.
I agree with you, but it's just
Biondi could be the best sophomore in the state.
You tweeted that out the other day.
Him.
You might be right on that. He's pretty
All
good.
right, let's go to the big schools.
Let's go to
That's
the
where
big
the
schools.
action is.
Thursday, 11 a.m. Edina versus Lakeville North.
In Lakeville North, no stranger to the state tournament. They got the Paling brothers. They got Lindgren, who plays for the Gophers. The brother Lindgren, who plays for the Montreal Canadiens, and they got quite a group of players they've had over the last few years. They did win the one state championship, but Edina is just loaded. I mean, this team is, and most of the loadedness comes from their sophomores,
Okay.
juniors. They got a senior named Sammy Walker who's very dominant. You want to watch him. But this team is loaded. Kurt Giles, again, the ex-Minnesota North Star, is the head coach.
And Lou Nanny will only be talking about this team in the 11 a.m. game on Thursday. You won't even know Lakeville North is on the ice.
Well, Louie ain't going to want to be talking about his other alumni team, the Minnesota Gophers. So it will be all in on Edina. And
he will be all in on Edina.
Edina, Lakeville North. I got Edina coming out of that.
I agree. Duluth East, St. Michael, Albertville, second game at 1 o'clock. Well, probably more like 1:30 on Thursday afternoon. Duluth East, I guess I was surprised maybe that they're the number 3 seed, but I guess I understand that there's 3 teams that I think that are at the top of this.
Where did you? I mean, I got in that discussion with a couple tweeters, and they thought Duluth East would end up at a 4.
Wow.
I thought they were a 2, but
I
I didn't think Minnetonka would get a 1. So let's move on to that. But
Yeah.
they're a 3. That's where they're at. I think they're on the, wrong side of it because Edina and Duluth East meeting in a semifinal game. That could be a state tournament championship game, and that's why this whole AA thing's just loaded. And they're playing against St. Michael,
Albertville.
Their very first.
Their first time ever. They'll be stargazing, TV cameras, flowing their hair in the cameras, and then out the door you go to the
Again, they beat a good Moorhead team. Moorhead team was a top 6 team throughout the year. They've had 3 or 4 Division I players, which, obviously they made it last year. But the team that I thought, and I even mentioned that last year, is I thought the Moorhead team was 1 year away because all their good players were juniors and sophomores.
You did mention that,
And now they're knocked out. So St. Michael Albertville. Now, did you know this? Kevin Gordon, of course, Bronco coach, 1995 state championship. The banner's up there. Basically started that program way back in the early to mid '80s when he got his first job teaching. He was teaching there
when they were still a school about what we are now.
Yeah, they were definitely single A. That was basically a little mini mall, kind of like Maple Grove, and then basically a couple stores and some housing.
Fertilizer out there, and boy, it blew up.
I was coaching in a little town community called Wisseur, Minnesota.
Okay.
Well, they were in the same conference. We never did get to meet each other, but we thought we might. It never did happen. But again, Wisseur, we're talking small little schools. And now St. Michael Albertville's turned into a great big metro.
St. Michael just won the state championship in wrestling on Thursday, and I still have a bad place in my heart for St. Michael Albertville, so I hope Duluth East puts on about a dozen on them.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, you are bitter today.
I'm 19,
my buddy Ella Richter, he's going to be all over you.
18 and a half years ago, I'm still bitter about it. I can't let it go.
Well, win. Beat them.
I know. I hear you.
But anyways,
doesn't mean I can't be mad at him.
I'll give Kevin Gordon credit for this team being at the state tournament because he kind of started it all. Can I do that?
You sure can.
Okay,
6 o'clock.
Duluth East wins that game.
Yep, Duluth East.
We'll be closer than you think. Reason is, and I'll even get more to this, is I'm a little scared of the Duluth East goaltender. I saw some weaknesses in his game, and we'll talk about that as we move on.
6 o'clock game on Thursday, Minnetonka versus Hill Murray. And Minnetonka comes in as the #1 seed, and you're having no love for him.
No, I think Hill Murray could beat him, and I actually do have him beat him.
He does. I'm shocked.
Hill Murray,
the Skippers, getting beat by the
Pioneers.
Pioneers, thank you.
Again, Hill
As long
Murray,
as we're going
Bill
nicknames
Lecter's
this
one of
morning.
my favorite coaches. He's at a program ringer where he can discipline and he can get away with it. Where the rest of the state of Minnesota coaches, you got to draw a fine line. Yeah, you want to sit Johnny for being undisciplined on the ice or undisciplined off the ice. He doesn't, and he doesn't care what people say about him. He doesn't care what people. He'll battle with them. Where a lot of coaches say, "Well, I'm not going to put up with this." The attacks on me. I'm just going to get out. That's what most of us do. But not Bill Lecter. He holds tight. He believes in what he's doing. His way's the right way, and he teaches life lessons.
Okay, can we bring her in here?
Yeah.
Come here for a second. I got to get this on camera. This sweatshirt. Look at this. Look at this.
that,
Look at this
a
emblem. I know
yes.
I know you probably should zoom in on, but Moorhead Spud sweatshirt. I love it. That's awesome.
It is.
The Spud with a hockey stick. Come on.
More
That's
importantly-
awesome.
Right. Who
I
doesn't
love
want
it.
a Spud as a mascot?
Who doesn't want a Spud as a
Who's
mascot?
the goofball up in Moorhead in the wherever the
boy.
40s or 50s? Let's say we're going to be the Spuds. Do you know?
I don't know.
Do you know Mark Rice?
No.
You don't know Mark Rice? Okay.
All right.
I'm.
What number is your son on the Moorhead?
He's number 2.
Number 2?
Yep.
Okay. I'm trying to remember him. Oh, he's a little guy.
He's a little guy.
He's about.
Yeah.
But he goes. He's the captain.
You got to see on it.
Yes.
That's important.
Yeah.
And they have a nice team. And good luck today.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You bet.
Thanks for coming up.
What was your name?
Sarah.
Sarah who?
Score.
Sarah Score?
Yep.
So next, in 3 years, when the Moorhead Spuds are in, we see a little Johnny
Jackson.
Jackson Score.
See? Well, no. We can say we're on back talk. See, there we go.
Thank
Thanks, you guys.
Okay, well, that was something I would normally do. You grabbed her and said,
You're
come on
making
over.
me, yeah. All right, you're taking Hill Murray. I'm taking the Skippers.
Bill Lecter, I don't know what's on Hill Murray. I know Minnetonka has some Division I players, and I didn't get that list
I'm
together
sure Hill
yet.
Murray has a couple of Division I players.
Yeah, but Hill Murray will win that game.
St. Thomas Academy Centennial, the 4-5 game again. That flip
Always the
game.
4 or 5 seeds are tough.
Yeah.
The Hill Murray getting in helped.
St. Thomas.
Helped St. Thomas. Well, actually helped Centennial get that number 5.
Okay.
Okay, White Bear
So they didn't have
probably
to-
would have been the 5, and but I got St. Thomas Academy winning that, and that will be the only private school in the Final Four.
Okay, so you've got Edina versus Duluth East in the semifinal at 6 o'clock on Friday night. So you are going.
I'm going Duluth East. I like their 3 lines. I like their 4D, and
But you don't like the goaltender.
I don't. The goalie scares me, and
Because, can I ask?
just
You just don't have a good.
You know,
feeling.
you can watch a goalie and just kind of get his feelings like he struggles on a lot of pucks. That should
Okay,
be
handcuff someone.
Where a great goalie, he'll,
Scoop him
you
up
can
and-
see the confidence. He'll stop everything, and he's got his angles. And this goalie just nothing. Maybe he had a bad game.
Yeah.
Okay, against who did they play again? They should have
Andover.
Andover. But I think Duluth East gets any goaltending, they will win the state tournament.
Well, you got him winning.
I do, because I'm going to say this
Sorry.
Scalia or whatever his name is, Scalia. I think that's his name. I'm close. If he plays good, and I think he will, I think he's going to get some newfound confidence. I like Mike Randolph as a coach, and I wish it was Randolph and Lecter, because those are the 2 most controversial coaches in the tournament.
You might get that though. If you think Hill Murray's going to beat Minnetonka, you might get that.
I might get that. I mean, St. Thomas Academy. Oh, we got 2 private schools, by the way. So I got Duluth East upsetting Edina in the afternoon game, or will it be a night
I
game?
agree.
No, it'll be an evening game. It'll be 6 o'clock.
Yep.
So I'm going to go with Duluth East.
Okay, I agree. I'm going with Duluth East.
Oh.
I personally, I still think that they're the best. Well, I got to watch them live after the Bronco game.
They're big, strong, fast. It's
wow,
22, wild, worse.
scary.
Actually, they talk about McMaster. I kind of like 21 and 20 back on it, and 4. I like Will Fisher, number
Okay.
4, and I like 21. back on defense. I thought McMaster was their third best defenseman. He's the one getting all the accolades.
Either Duluth East is really big or Grand Rapids was really small, and it might have been a combination of the two.
Yeah, it probably was, but yeah, they got pushed around. But yeah, it'll be a fun game. We dine in Duluth East. I hope we get it.
I think we will. In the second semifinal that night, you've got Hill Murray versus St. Thomas. I've got Minnetonka versus St. Thomas.
I got St. Thomas Academy moving on. Either way, whether Minnetonka beats Hill Murray or not,
Wow.
I like St. Thomas Academy. I think they're coming in under what? Not
the
really
radar?
noticed, under the
Yeah.
radar. Good coaches and the Vanelli brothers always seem to get their players to play. So I'm going to go with St. Thomas Academy to beat Hill Murray. If Minnetonka got that far, I think I would probably go Minnetonka because I think where Minnetonka is going to get beat is going to be that first game. I think if Minnetonka wins that first
I think
game,
might be looking past it. They
yeah,
already
they'll
are
get to the
entitled.
finals. But I don't got that happening, so I got St. Thomas Academy reaching the finals against Duluth East.
I've got Duluth East winning it all. I
likewise.
still sit there. I don't think that's my heart. I think that's. I mean, I haven't. I'll be honest with you. I haven't seen Minnetonka or many of these other teams play, but Duluth East impressed the heck out of me, and I just.
The eye test.
The eye test, the old Mike Bolstead eye test.
Yeah, I just and I was telling Randy that, and Randy he had Duluth East as the number 4 seed, and you know he's all over the map. He's running all over the place, and he was going to give some updates, I guess, on Twitter last night, but I didn't see him as far as the Bantam B tournament. I don't know how he was going to get those because I wasn't.
I wasn't.
available.
Yeah, I was.
I had date night last night.
Yes, you did, and I had Eli and I were. We're tossing the volleyball around, playing catch for about 45 minutes. He was loving it. We had a good time.
That's a lot of patience to do that.
He was working at it. He was
Hand-eye coordination.
We're working on it. We're hoping that it works.
That's the best thing for hockey.
We got to get him. We got to quit
basketball
closing his eyes when he's catching the ball. Got any hints for a kid 3 years old so you can convince him to quit closing his eyes when the ball's coming at him?
Yeah, toothpicks. little guy. What you can do is put some goggles on him, and that way he can't.
So, by the way, just as I look down at your notes here, that means we've got 2 state titles coming back to northern Minnesota: Duluth East
I don't
and
consider
Hermantown.
Duluth.
Not northern Minnesota. Okay, to the Arrowhead.
They're central.
Okay, fair enough.
Don't put them up here with us.
What else are we going to talk about? You want to talk about your Wild for a second?
Yeah, just for a few seconds because I have nothing good to say about them.
Yeah, it was a bad.
I expected to happen when it happened. Coming off a 5-game winning streak.
Yeah,
go out to Arizona, you pummel them, you outplay them. As soon as they scored, Ringer, they're not quick enough. They're not a real fast, quick team.
Okay.
And of course, I could sit out here and bash Charlie Coyle till I'm blue in the face.
Yes, you could.
And the guy, I know Fletcher tried to move him at the trade deadline. He wanted to move him at the trade deadline. He doesn't have it, Ringer. He has a skill, a talent, size, speed. He has everything, but he doesn't have it. And I'm a big fan of it. Because it is intangibles, heart. Okay, I'm going to win the battles. I'm going to get to the loose pucks. Okay, I'm going to get to the net. If you notice him, he never goes to the net hard. Everything's on the outside and cutesy. So until he changes his game, he will always be an average to mediocre player. That's probably could go down as one of the biggest disappointments in my, because I like him. I think he's a quality guy. He's good to the kids and all that. But, you know, you got to take that next step. He could be a Ryan Getzlaff. He could be a young David Backus, okay? But he doesn't have the personality. And you can't tell a kid to go out there and be mean.
Yeah,
you know,
it's true.
So I look at him and it's disappointing. It is what it is. But, you know, if the Wild didn't trade him this year, they could trade him at the deadline. Or not the deadline.
Over the summer?
Over the summer at the NHL draft. And I don't see him being a Wild player by next year.
Okay.
Let's see about that.
I think that would make our show less interesting if he wasn't.
Well, we'll get another player I can go after. Believe me. You know, Foligno's next.
Well, Foligno won't be with the team next year either, will he?
Well, unfortunately, he's got 3 more years on his contract. And it's one thing, yeah, we dropped some salary money, but we got some contracts that last for the next 2-3 years, which it's going to hurt the Wild. And we did get rid of Stewart, which was good.
You like that, I know that.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
We lost our shootout guy, though, for the rest of the regular season. That's unfortunate. But when we get to the shootouts, he's the man. Anyway, it won't matter in the playoffs, folks.
Mikey Riley, again, with tons of talent. Right now, doesn't have it. I think he can get in. I think he could turn into a Gardner that plays for the Toronto Maple Leafs out of Minnetonka.
What'd you think of the uniforms last night, by the way?
Didn't like. I couldn't
didn't
watch
like
it.
the all-white
I couldn't
uniforms?
watch it. No, it hurt. It hurt my eyes, and it's like, you know, they.
And I'm going to ask you, maybe you know the answer to this because I posed this
I
to
do.
somebody else. Did Toronto wear those types of uniforms back in the day, like in the 40s and the 50s, the all-whites? The
Well,
white jersey with the white
There was
breezers.
some sort of ceremonial play on it, yeah.
Okay.
But other than that, I would say, you know, ugly. The Capitals weren't exactly attractive either.
No, I didn't like
Who
the
won the
Cats.
game?
No idea. I went to, remember, in bed by 9 o'clock
We got
last
on the
night.
phone here and checked some things out. But we got March Madness coming up. We'll be doing a show on that. Maybe try to get our buddy Jay Barkowski to come back on again.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Since he did so good last year at his picks. But I know Jay and a group of 5 others are going out to Vegas.
Always do.
I feel bad about that I couldn't join them. Not that I got invited, but I still.
Hint, hint, hint.
Yeah, I still might have went out there by myself and kind of tagged along.
There you go.
But I'm going to be out in St. Pete Beach for most of the basketball tournament, which I'm looking forward to.
So we'll have one more show, and then you're going on hiatus, right? We're taking a week off in there, I think.
Oh yeah, we can take a week off. Rick.
Yeah, we
I know
can.
people love us. I know the show's viral. I know we're getting tons of views.
Viral.
But you know, we need a week off once in a while, so we just start giving out the same information.
As we tape this, it's Sunday. Boys basketball playoffs coming up. Of course, everything else locally done except for the boys basketball. Monday, Little Fork Big Falls. Tuesday, the Broncos play, and we might be talking about something towards the end of next week. But of course, by the time we tape our next show, they'll be down to the semifinals. So
Yeah.
that's the way it
Should be
is.
fun. And last question:
Yeah.
more disappointing, Gopher men's basketball or Gophers hockey men's?
Ooh. In my world, it's Gopher men's basketball. After the regular season that they had last year, there was so much hype about the recruiting class. To me, the Gopher basketball is the bigger disappointment. Gopher hockey has been horrible. Not horrible, that's the wrong word. They've been poor for years.
Okay, I'm going to go.
How does Don Lucia keep his job? I don't know.
I think there's a bigger question. Is Petito and Lucia going to be back next year? Rumors have it Lucia's gone. They'll keep Petito another year.
I think that's right.
And rumors have it Scott Bell could be the replacement. I don't like that direction. They want to go after Motzko, I heard.
Oh.
I think they need to bring in someone from that outside the University of Minnesota. Change it up.
Anything else?
Yeah, let's get this young lady out.
Oh, Jackie does
Jackie.
not. Come
on.
Hurry up.
gotta give us a little
The
update.
Bantam B coordinator, Jackie
Hi.
Thorstad. Right?
Thanks
You were
a
the
lot.
boss.
I'm
Yeah,
just
you're on
handing
Sports
out-
Back Talk with
No.
Bowie and Ringer. She said
Oh
she's
my
never
God.
heard
Now
of the
she's
show.
got-
I was so offended.
Now she's got to watch the show.
Do you have
see?
Channel 7?
I think. I don't know.
Do you have cable TV or do
Yes.
you have DIT? Well, then you've got Channel 7. You
Oh,
should,
all right.
You should be watching yourself on TV this week.
Just put it on
man.
Channel 7 at 7 o'clock every night, and eventually it'll be on.
It'll be on. All right.
I
Sounds
don't know
good.
when. But
All
anyways,
depends upon when I
how's,
get the card over to Bacchus. That's when it will be on.
Okay.
so
Have you
anyways,
had fun with this?
Yeah, we have. We've had a lot of fun. It's been a lot of work though.
Oh yeah. Anything worth doing is, as they always say.
Right. Right.
it's a thankless but exciting job. to
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
She's bringing. You got to understand the committee of the rec hockey put in a dib for this and got it. And what
Yeah.
it does, most importantly, and I've seen all these guys work. They work hard. Okay, they're right there 8 o'clock every morning, staying till 10 o'clock every night, making sure all the things are organized. We got the right people and staff. We still need more volunteers.
We
For no
do.
reason. I saw that they needed volunteers, and again, I'm not being a martyr or Mr. Big Shot, but I said, hey, I got a lot out of Bronco hockey. I'm going to give back
There you go.
to these, and I put in some hours.
And we really appreciate that.
We need more
really
people to do that. I mean, what else are you doing on it? I keep saying this. What else are you doing on a Saturday and Sunday? Nothing.
Right.
Sitting at home, or maybe
Yeah.
you're ice fishing, but ice
Maybe.
fishing, maybe an hour worth of entertainment. And so next time we have something like this, but Jackie, I think you're doing a tremendous job. And
Thank you.
Jeremy as well. And we appreciate everything you do because you're putting money into our businesses around town, and that's what helped.
Yeah.
So far, as far as the tournament, the teams, have you been able to watch any of the teams?
Yeah, I watched a few yesterday and Friday. I was able to watch some of them. And yeah, it's been a good tournament. Right now, we're going to have a championship game, Moorhead versus Morris Benson. They're a huge rival, so in their own district. So this is going to be a fun game.
Well, good.
Yeah.
All right, are we done?
We're done.
Are we ready? Jackie wants
He's got to go announce, and I got to go.
Say to the camera, don't take us too serious.
Don't take us too serious.
Thanks, everybody.